All right, we went to our time pass limit on the video on the phone, so we're picking back up. I was talking about the avocado and the worms. But there's many things you can experiment what you want to feed. They'll eat about anything as long as it is a good biomass. Paper is a good additive. Cardboard, they'll even eat cardboard. I put in just a cardboard box in there and they've totally disintegrated it. So now that I have the horse manure and the rabbit manure in there, I'm going to add the coffee grinds and filters. We also operate a community resource center, and we go through 2 big pots of coffee a day, so we have an unlimited supply of coffee grounds and filters. Now normally I'm not going to be feeding this much at one time, but this is the starting of a large bed. You would probably do about half of this when you start at your bathtub and slowly work up. But you'll see how much you can do, and as long as you can keep it damp and you have damp material going into it, these coffee grinds are wet, so they're going to help to hydrate the dry manure. But the secret ingredient is going to be these right here. Again, we work with a lot of food banks, and unfortunately most of the food that by the time it gets to the food bank isn't edible for human consumption, but it's great for the worms. So now remember, I'm going to be putting covers on this, so I'm only putting the lettuce where I'm going to have a cover. And I was hoping to use the big silver one over here, but I'll have to wait on that. I'll just use these smaller ones for the moment. Now by putting the cover on it too, it's definitely, you can see that it traps the moisture in, so I don't lose all that precious moisture and juice out of those lettuce. Now being these work in the dark, these containers are closed, so they don't know the difference between night and day. And even if the lettuce is just juice, I pour it in. A lot of times they'll be so rotted. These right here were just starting to go, but they do stink. And you can see the lettuce is definitely beyond human consumption. Again, I'm going to put a top on it, and I'm going to shove it. When I put it on, I shove it down so it pretty much seals. But on this area here, I will not be adding anything but probably rotted lettuce and a little horse manure maybe on top. Inside the tub for the next 2-3 weeks until the rest of the worms get over here and the rest of this horse manure becomes wet. And then at that point, I can build this up to where I can barely shut the lids. And at that time, then I will go ahead and move it to the right and start again, start afresh like I have done here. Meanwhile, I can also harvest it as I go. A lot of times my container's empty and I need some quickly. I will just grab it, put it in a bucket, and use it for planting purposes. So now is just a good time to just let God and his mighty little creature, the worm, go work out as he has created it to work out and glorify God. Thank you, and God bless.